Megan Tucker, professional chef and owner of Morton Betty's Vegan Jewish Deli. Welcome to my kitchen. Hi, it's Megan. I'm back in the kitchen and tonight I'm cooking dinner. Don't have anything special planned. And I don't have a whole lot of food on hand because tomorrow is my day to go shopping, and so tonight I'm kind of using up what's in the fridge and some pantry ingredients that I have around. So this is all the stuff that I pulled out of the fridge and the cupboard to make dinner. Decided that I'm going to make a kimchi pancake and a shaved vegetable salad. The kimchi pancake is one of my favorite easy weeknight dinners. It's great because it's basically all pantry ingredients. We're going to start with the kimchi pancake and then move over to the salad. So we have about a cup of kimchi. We're just going to chop it up into little pieces. Green onion is typical in the kimchi pancake. I don't have any right now, so we're going to do a little red onion instead. So we're going to go into our mixing bowl. We've got a half a cup of the garbanzo flour. This is a tablespoon of ground flaxseed meal. I prefer to grind this myself. Baking powder, and I'm going to do a teaspoon. Some nutritional yeast, and I'm going to do 2 tablespoons. And then everything else I just kind of eyeball. I've got some granulated garlic, paprika. Do pretty much everything to taste. I had turmeric, black pepper, and even though the kimchi is fairly salty, I like to add a little bit of salt. We're gonna mix this up and we're gonna add a little bit of water. Ideally, we would have kimchi juice, but sometimes there just kind of isn't any, or when I get to the bottom of the container of kimchi, maybe I've already used all of the juice. We have a pretty thick batter. So I wound up adding about a 1/4 cup, maybe a 1/3 of a cup of water. It totally will depend on how wet the kimchi is. So there it is, we'll let that sit, and then we're gonna move on to our salad. We're gonna start with this fennel. I used part of it the other day for something else. We're gonna cut out this core. We're gonna slice these on a mandolin. You definitely could do this by hand. As you can see, it gets these nice lacy pieces with the fennel. To slow down when I get to the end so I don't accidentally cut myself. And you always want to keep your eye on what you're doing with the mandolin as well. Then we have some nice little radishes. We're gonna do these on the mandolin as well. And what I like to do is just cut the bottom off, like the stem end. And I like to use the root end as a little handle to slice on the mandolin. And then with our celery, we're gonna cut the bottom off. Just gonna thinly shave by hand the whole thing. We've got 2 different kinds of dates. Halawi and Kadrawi dates. These are locally grown in California. Love these dates. They are delicious. Set those aside for a second. I'm gonna cut up these olives. So we're just gonna do little thin slices. So I did the olives first before the dates because dates notoriously will stick to your knife, but that little bit of oil from the olives will help the dates not stick. And I'm gonna take just a little bit of the fennel fronds, and I think we'll throw them in at the last minute. All right, so we've got a pan preheating over medium heat. We're gonna do some sunflower oil, probably about a tablespoon or so. Good trick is to just drop a little bit in, and you can see bubbles form right away, and so we are ready to go in with the rest. And it is really thick, so we're gonna get it in and then we're gonna spread it out. We're just gonna let this cook over medium heat. It's probably gonna take about 8 minutes on the first side, and then not quite as long on the second side. You can start to see that the edges are drying a little bit, and the surface of the whole thing just looks a little bit less wet. And there are a couple places where holes have come through from the baking powder, just like you would see on a sweet pancake. About ready to flip, and so what I like to do is just sort of test the waters a bit and see if our pancake is releasing from the pan. And what I usually find is that the edges are ready before the center, and so I just like to give it a test to see how much longer. So it's sticking a little bit over here, looking better over here. Bottom, getting some nice color. All right, we're almost there. Okay, so we have fully released, and I'm gonna do a flip. So now it's gonna cook for 4 or 5 minutes on this side. I found this little bit of smoked mozzarella in the fridge, and I decided, why not turn this into an omelet? And so while this finishes, I'm gonna put a little bit of this smoked mozz over the surface of the pancake, and then I'm gonna take the lid to my pasta pot and then just set that right on top to let the cheese melt. I'm just gonna make a little dressing. So I've got this half a lemon. I've got these little grapefruits. So although they look like lemons, they're actually sort of a very sweet floral grapefruit. I don't know what they are. And then I'm gonna go in with just some salt and pepper, olive oil, extra virgin, and we're gonna mix it all up. So tasting the salad, a little more salt. I'm gonna do one more grapefruit. You have those little fennel fronds. I'm just going to pick off the pretty fluffy parts and add some arugula that I have in the fridge to stay cold. All of these veggies are fine at room temperature, but the arugula would kind of die while we're making everything else. Just gonna add a little handful, and now I just want to be a little bit more delicate. The salad looks great. I'm just gonna throw it on a platter. We'll do just a little bit more pepper on top and a little bit more olive oil, and then our salad's all set. All right, so our omelet is nice and melty and cheesy. I'm just gonna flip it over. There we go. So to finish, I like to do 2 things. I like sriracha, kind of a healthy amount, and then tahini. I'm not sure what it is about it. It might be that chickpea and tahini just has a natural affinity for each other, like hummus. All right, so we have dinner. I'm super excited because I'm hungry and ready to eat. We've got this crunchy, sweet and salty accented salad with the fennel and arugula, radish and celery, olives and dates with a little olive oil citrus dressing. And then we've got our kimchi pancake omelet that's savory, spicy, very satisfying, all based on pantry ingredients that I pretty much always have around. I hope that this inspires you to get creative in your kitchen based on what you have lying around. And join us again next time for another episode of Pro Chef Home Kitchen. You can check me out on Instagram, links are down below. If you liked the video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you again soon. Turned out so yummy. Sort of random ingredients, but really came together really well. Crunchy, soft, crispy, spicy. Got all of my favorite things in here with the olives and the dates and the kimchi. So I'm gonna go sit down.